Some books you just read, but every now and then you find one that feels like it's reading you. Today, we're diving into a 13th century masterpiece that does exactly that. It's called the Kitab al-Hikam, and it's a foundational text of Sufi wisdom.
And we are jumping right in at the deep end. This is literally the first sentence of the book. Just think about that for a second. When you fail, when you mess up and you feel that soul-crushing despair, the author says, hey, that's a sign you are counting on yourself, on your own power instead of something bigger. We're not even a paragraph in, and it's already flipping our whole perspective on its head.
So here's how we're going to unpack this. First, we'll look at the book's really unique structure, this idea of a necklace of jewels. Then, we'll meet the man behind the wisdom. We'll get into the core tension between our own efforts and a greater destiny, explore the mystical idea of seeing through the veil, and finally, bring it all home to see how this ancient wisdom is so relevant for today.
So, what is this book really? Because it's not a novel with a plot, and it's not some dry philosophical text. It's something else.
Its full name is the Kitab al-Hikam, which basically means the Book of Aphorisms or the Book of Wisdoms, and it was written by a Sufi master named Ibn Ata'illah, who was known as the Sage of Alexandria.
Now, people have described this book with this incredible metaphor. They say it's like a necklace of precious jewels. Each little piece of wisdom, each aphorism, is its own perfectly cut gem. It stands on its own, but they're all strung together on one single unifying thread of truth.
And there are 262 of these gems in the book, grouped into about 25 chapters. Each one is short, punchy, and designed for you to just sit with and contemplate. But they also flow one into the next, building this incredible, deep experience as you go.
So why are we still talking about this collection of short sentences more than 700 years later? I mean, what makes it so important in the world of Islamic mysticism?
Well, its author, Ibn Ata'illah, wasn't just some academic. He was a spiritual guide, a master in the Shadhili Sufi order in Egypt. And this book isn't a textbook. It's a manual for the spiritual traveler. It's meant to diagnose what's going on in your soul and point it back toward the divine.
And this is absolutely crucial to understanding the book. Its main goal is to lead you to something called Gnosis, or Ma'rifa in Arabic. This isn't about knowing facts about God. No, this is about a direct, intuitive experience of God. It's a knowing that involves your whole being, and these aphorisms are like little keys designed to unlock that deeper perception in you.
So how does it do that? Well, one of the first things it tackles is that constant inner tug-of-war we all feel between our own plans and actions and this idea of a greater divine plan.
Aphorism number 2 just lays this out so brilliantly. It talks about our own contradictions. Let's say God has placed you in the world, you have to work, you have to interact with people, but all you want is to be a hermit in a cave. The book calls that a hidden passion. And on the flip side, if you're in a state of retreat and all you can think about is getting back to the hustle, that's a come down. The real wisdom is learning to find the divine purpose right where you are.
And this idea builds right on that. The next aphorism says that no matter how hard we plan, how strong our intentions are, they just can't break through the walls of predestined decrees. It's this incredible call to humility, right? A reminder that we have to do our part, but the final result is never truly in our hands.
All right, this leads us into one of the most mystical parts of the book, this whole idea that what we see isn't the full picture. It teaches us how to start perceiving the divine presence that's veiled or hidden in our day-to-day lives.
Now, just pause on this one for a second. It's an absolutely stunning paradox. It says the thing that hides God from you isn't that he's far away. It's that he is too close. It's like trying to see a giant mural when your nose is pressed right up against it. You're so close, you can't see the image.
And bam, the very next aphorism doubles down on it. It's the sheer intensity of the divine presence that veils it. The light is so bright that it's blinding. So it's not that God is hiding, it's that he's hidden in plain sight, just everywhere, all at once.
So what does this mean for us? Well, according to the book, pretty much all of our human suffering, our anxieties, our sadness, it all comes from the existence of this veil. It's from our inability to see the reality that's right in front of us. And so true happiness, it's not about getting something new, it's just about lifting that veil and finally seeing what was there all along. So let's bring it into the 21st century. How can a 700-year-old book of mystical sayings actually help us navigate our modern lives? Well, the crazy thing about these jewels of wisdom is just how timeless they are.
Let's just look at a few of these. In despairing, you are free. In coveting, you are a slave.
When you stop wanting things from people, you're free. But the moment you crave them, you're their slave. Or how about this one? Sadness over lost obedience without resolving to return to it is a sign of delusion. Ever feel bad about dropping a good habit but have zero intention of starting again? Yep, that's delusion. Whoever attributes humility to himself is really proud. Ouch, that's a real gut punch. And finally, a sign of the heart's death is the absence of sadness over neglected duties. If you stop caring about the good you failed to do, your heart's gone cold. Each one is like a little spiritual mirror.
And let's end with this one, because it's a real challenge. It basically says that getting what you want from other people can actually hold you back spiritually, because it makes you dependent on them. But being deprived of something by God, that's a secret kindness, a gift meant to make you rely only on Him.
And really, that's the question the book leaves us with. If not getting what we desperately want can actually be a profound gift, an act of grace, then it forces us to rethink everything. It makes us look past our surface-level desires and ask ourselves, in our jobs, in our relationships, in our lives, what is it that we are truly seeking?